Okay, welcome back, guys. This is our 11th tutorial on Android Studio, and in this lesson we'll show how to create a new project with Android Studio and describe some of the files in the project. First, be sure you have installed the latest version of Android Studio. So we did all those in the last tutorial. You can make reference to those tutorial. You can go to my playlist. And so in this tutorial we are going to create a new project in Android Studio. We are going to create our first application in Android Studio, and this application is very simple and basic, in which we just create an activity that is in charge of collecting the user's input or text and display that same text in another activity in a different way. So let's dive in. But first you need to open your Android Studio environment. Android Studio. So if you can recall, we talk about emulator, using the emulator to test our application, Android emulator to test our application, and we can also use our physical devices using USB to test our application. So because the emulator lets the system to be very slow, I'm going to use my physical device to test this application, but I'm going to display it on the screen for you guys to view. And okay, so in the welcome screen, click start a new Android project. So here, this option, click, and then choose empty activity. From here, empty activity, click next, and let's name it my first app. My first app. Make sure you choose Java as your programming language, and choose your minimum API level. So I'm going to put mine at 5.5.0. so this application will run on 85.0% of devices. You can see it below here where my cursor is. Then click finish. So you guys know about API levels. If you are choosing let me say an API of 5.0, your Android application can only work in any device that has Android 5.0 and higher. So after some processes, okay, after all the process, Android Studio now open our ID for us, and so close the tip of the day. And now, so this basic lesson is just the same lesson of Android from Android website. So it's just the same basic lesson from the main official site of Android development. So this lesson is just like the video version of the content or the documents, the documentations in the site. So now let's talk about every component here. But in the last tutorial, in the previous tutorials, talk about all these components we are seeing here, but I'm just gonna make a review of this. So this place where we have some stuff that is written and colored, it's called the edit space of Android Studio, and this side is called the project tree. This is where we access some of the files of our projects and other stuff. So currently we are open. Currently we have our main activity open, and here we have the sync. Let me say the sync sensor. Let me say analyzer. So here we used to see how the process of build and close this for a while. So now let's get to the main reason that we are doing this tutorial. So open this activity main over here. So like I said before, we are going to create an Android application, a very basic Android application that will handle two activities. I will explain what activity means in the next tutorial, but briefly, activity means a unique screen. Like when you open your Instagram app, the first screen that appears is called activity. And like if you want to take a picture in Instagram, then another activity comes up, which is an activity for the camera. So activity is just a view, Android view that fills up the screen, a particular Android view that fill up the screen. Like whenever you minimize your Android applications and go to the recent screens, so all those items, all those views you see in the recent applications are called activities. So those views are different activities of different applications, and an application can have many activities as long as it needs it. So we are going to design two activities here, whereby in the first activity will be in charge of collecting the user information, like anything the user type, like happy birthday, and the second activity will display that that information that the user typed in the first activity after the user click a button. So now let's talk about this main activity here. So main activity, this is the main activity, the entry point of your app. When you build and run the app, the system launch an instance of this activity and load its layouts. Then this activity main over here, .xml, defines the layout for the activity UI. It contains a text view element with the text hello world, and Android manifest, which is over here. Android manifest describe the fundamental characteristic of the app and defines each of its components. And the Gradle build, which is over here, Gradle script, you'll see two files with the name, one for the project and one for the module. Each module has its own build Gradle, but this project currently has just one module. You'll mostly work with the module's build.gradle file to configure how the Gradle tools compile and build your app. For more information about this file, you can go to developer.android.com and you can find this same